guys, it's Kat and I'm back today for a review. I was thinking, what am I going to film today? I don't even know. And then I thought, well, I'm going to mention these guys as my favorite, so I may as well do a review and a demo and swatch video of them because they're pretty crazy. I was lucky enough to receive these as my birthday present from Hayley, so thank you so much, Hayley. So if you don't know Hayley, I'll link her on the screen. She's got a channel which is just Buy the Makeup, but we also do beauty news together. So she's my girl. I see her all the time. We work all the time. We talk all the time. And she was lovely enough to get me some high-end makeup for my birthday earlier in the month. So these are the highlighters by Kevyn Aucoin. These are the Neo Highlighters. No, okay, so this is the Neo Highlighter in Sahara, which is a golden rose glow. So it's more of a kind of nude highlighter and it goes from a light nude to more of a bronzy nude. And then we've got the Neo Limelight in Ibiza and it's an iridescent glow. And that goes more from like a white highlighter to a purple. So these are massive highlighters, very fancy packaging, and they have that gradient effect from light to dark. All right, so because I was given these as a gift, I didn't buy them. So I'll link down below where you can buy them. And what I'll do now is just talk about roughly like the value of them. So these contain a mass of product. Like there's so much product. It's 21 grams a highlighter, and I'm just going to compare it to some popular highlighters so you can kind of see the cost per gram broken down. I'll have it on the screen because I won't know it off the top of my head, but you'll get the drift. So this is the Becca, it's the highlighter in Opal. This contains 8 grams. This is 21 grams. Then we have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. This is 10 grams versus 21 grams. This is the Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Highlighter in Sin, and this contains 6.8 grams compared to 21. And the highlighter that I think is most similar in sort of finish is the Laura Mercier Highlighter 01. This is the Matte Radiance Baked Powder. Gorgeous highlighter, and this contains 7.5 grams of product. So nearly 3 times the amount of this. So these are massive highlighters. So even though they are pricey, you get value for money. These will last you literally years and years and years of everyday use. Okay, let's talk about the packaging. These come in a really pretty sort of metallic gold brushed box. And then inside the box, you have this felt sleeve, I guess, little pouch that it comes in. And then the packaging itself is quite heavy duty. It's quite nice material. It doesn't feel cheap or flimsy. And it's got a gradient from like a metallic burgundy down to a black, and it's got Kevyn Aucoin in gold. On the back, you have all the information, once again, in gold. And you can see that it's made in China. So it's up to you what you think about that. And if you open it up, it does have a clip closure, so it's not a magnetic closure, but it's got a massive mirror. There's no wasted space here. It's very, very like thin and compact. The mirror, you can literally do your whole face of makeup in if you're in a pinch because it is that big and it's a really good quality mirror. Then you see also the design. So the pan itself is a gradient design, goes from light to deeper, and it's got Kevyn Aucoin kind of stamped into it. So it's a very nice looking and feeling product. Okay, let's get on to the swatches and you can see how they look on the skin. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate this guy here just with the Real Techniques. This is the setting brush, I believe. This is hard to demonstrate because you have like 3 distinct colors here. You've got a really light color that's almost white. You've got a soft purple and a deeper purple. So what I might do is kind of go in here and then on the, maybe somewhere else on the face, I'll go in here. So this formula is very, very soft and it's actually really gorgeous. It doesn't emphasize skin texture. Get out of my way, hair, please. So you can see I've gone in with a bit of a darker shade here. So you can see it's got that perfect purple reflect. And if you don't like the purple so much, you can literally just go in like and take all the color and it does sort of tone it down. So it's up to you which one you want to do, but it's a nice soft sort of sheen. Really, really pretty. I might go in with some lighter color just to show you what that one looks like over the top. So yeah, you get some light in it as well. So hopefully you can see that you do get like a nice amount of highlight. You can definitely tone it down or build it up. But it gives you like a beautiful sort of natural glow rather than a sparkle or a really like metallic finish. So it's actually really pretty. And in the scheme of things, it definitely, like under these lights, there's a little bit of skin texture, but in natural light, you really don't see any skin texture. It just looks like a gorgeous glow. Then we'll go in with this one, which is Sahara. This one's a bit different because the colors aren't as distinct. So this is a little bit deeper and bronzier. That might be a little bit more rosy, but overall it's sort of the same thing. So I just kind of go in and just get, you know, whatever I want because it's not that different. Like the gradient isn't as extreme as the last one. So this is definitely my favorite one because it's a lot more natural and it's just really gorgeous and really glowy. You can see once again, this one is probably less extreme as the other one, but that's possibly just because of the color. But it gives you a really gorgeous glow, like a really natural, catching the light, but nothing too like reflective and crazy. It's really, really gorgeous. This is my fave. It's my fave. And I might just go in with this color here to put it on my nose so you can see what it kind of looks like. It's just, you know, gives a glow, but it's definitely subtle enough to not be like distracting and annoying. All right, so we have Ibiza on that one and then Sahara on that one. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. I love this as well. I think for a purple highlighter, it's one of those ones that can be quite natural. And if you just like that sort of cool toned, slightly more unique look, but I do definitely, well, I personally think that mixing them all together actually creates a nicer color than going for the really deep color because it's a little bit too dark for my skin, but it is a beautiful glow. But that one, I love it. So the formula of these, it's quite a soft and smooth to apply powder. It does give a glow to the cheeks instead of a sparkle. There's no sparkle or shimmer in it. It's just like a nice wash of glow. If you are concerned about emphasizing skin texture, these are one of the better highlighters to use. I also really like the Laura Mercier one because yeah, it gives that kind of sheen without a sparkle or a metallic finish that really emphasizes lumps and bumps. This is just a beautiful glow. If you wanted to look natural and glowy and healthy and gorgeous, these are the types of highlighters to go for. And I do find that they often you have to pay for them. Like I find that some of the cheaper highlighters are either sparkly or they don't have enough glow to them or iridescence to them, or they're really, really, really metallic and they emphasize skin texture, almost like the sleek palettes that I really don't like. Often the higher end brands do come through with the goods and give you that really gorgeous, I'm a supermodel and I didn't know it kind of glow. So I really do enjoy these. I do think that the pros are you get heaps of product and the packaging's really, really nice. The amount of product's crazy. You could literally just buy one of these highlighters and literally use them for 10 years, even though they expire in 12 months, but you would not hit pan on this in ages and ages. I think even though I like this one the most, I think the gradient design is more of a visual element to it because the colors are very, very similar. So you have slightly more champagne, slightly more peachy and slightly more bronze, but they're not distinct enough to look too different on the skin, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just kind of see this as being like a pretty design, and I'll just go in with my brush and just pick it up from anywhere because it doesn't really matter. So I think for that's the one downside of this, is the gradient doesn't really add much except for a visual appeal. Whereas with the Ibiza highlighter, there is definitely a distinct separation of colors, so you can get different looks depending on where you go with the palette. So if you wanted something that just looked more like, not a silvery sheen because it still has a bit of warmth to it, but a very, very light sheen, you go here. If you want more of a beautiful, like soft lavender, which I personally really like, you go here. Or you can go quite deep and get more of a purple. So, and the purple has a little bit of sparkle in it. So you can definitely get three, focus on my fingers please. You can definitely get three distinct looks out of that one, whereas it's not as obvious with the other one. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you those because I know I'll be featuring them in my favorites. So if you like this review, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later in the week for my favorites and fails of May. See you guys.